Hello everyone, no respawns here. Hope you're having a fantastic week so far. And for those of you in quarantine, hope you're all right. I'm going to be working from home soon and pretty much never leaving the house for the next, well, month or so. So it'll be interesting. Anyway, on to cheerful things. So I am building a cool bunker. Well, I hope to be a cool bunker. So we're in the Mire. I'm just over here. So there is Thunder Mountain Power Plant. And I'm just baiting. It's really easy to see. I'm just underneath the bridge here. I didn't realise you could build under here. And it's quite there's a lot of potential, I think. You can actually build quite far. For some reason, in my brain, I thought you could only build a little bit. But you can build quite close. But don't go too close. You'll constantly activate the quest, which is why I'm building up here. Basically, I initially tried to build down there. And every time I'd log in, it would activate the event. And it was really, really annoying. So I've built under one of these, well, a bridge before. I think it was this one. Think so, or it might have been that one. One of the two. The problem is that base looked very cool, but it's very, very difficult to build because it was. Oh, I've got parasites, lads. Not so good. It was very, very difficult to build. So what I've gone and done is the parasite's gone. Very nice. Is I found this area, which will be a little bit easy to put together. And easier for you guys to replicate. So let's just jump it straight into it. Also, I don't usually buy the outfits. Where's the button? Oh yeah. I picked up this one and it looks absolutely... When it gets a little lighter, I'll show you. It looks really cool. This is the new gardener one. Very, very grand. Anyway, yes, I don't normally buy the outfits, but that one was like, ooh, I like the look. So I've already spent ages aligning these just because that we'd have to see me getting them all lined up and it's a whole ball ache. You know what I mean? So, yeah, these are all aligned and ready. I'm going to take a few of them off, though, so I can actually lower them down. I'm going to take you off. And I'm going to take you off. And you off. And you off. And that's as far as it's going to go. Yeah. And that one. Cool. So, yeah, this should look... Basically, this is initially going to look a bit blocky, but then we'll be adding lots of detail to the exterior to kind of make it a little bit more cheerful. But it will initially look a bit blocky. So bear with us, yeah? Bear with us. Sorry for the dark as well. It's one slight annoying part of this area is it's very, very dingy, as you can probably see. And it's not until the afternoon when the sun actually bothers to shine in this area. So, bear with us. I've got my Pip-Boy on, though. So, jobs are good, on. So, yeah, it's going to be kind of like, sort of bunker-type thing. It's going to be pretty neat, I think. Now, I'm debating... So the slight thing is I can't decide whether I use these walls, or something even like this. I'm going to use these just because they're a bit scrappier. However, obviously, if you like something a little bit more secure looking, you go sick. So I'm deliberately making this a very, very blocky looking structure from the inside and the exterior. But it is going to be... There'll be details and bits added to it to kind of break up the blockiness. It's almost like deliberately blocky. Like it's kind of something that you can just kind of put up and pull down anywhere. Also, this is why I quite like this. Because you can actually sink these walls into the... These walls into the roof. The bottom of the bridge. And it doesn't actually poke through the top. But I'm also still going to... have roofs, so it'll basically feel nice and secure on the inside. One thing, and I usually don't recommend or even mention all the other packs, but basically I did, because I wanted to test them out, I did get the new pack with the roofs in it. They're not worth it. Don't pick them up. I like the fact they were adding things like this, but they have the exact same texture on the interior, which is usually the thing that bothers me, and they don't look transformative enough. So I would recommend not picking up that pack just for those. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. Where is me thing? Speaking of worth it, where's me? There it is. Yeah, cool. So yeah, little Davey tip there. Don't bother getting that. It's shit. Cool. Now, I am tempted, and I might change my mind, to actually make the interior with nicer wallpaper and everything. But for now, I'm going to leave it. Right. I think I need to... I can take that roof off first, don't I? Oh, yeah. Bugger. Cool. Oh, hello. That's the one I wanted. You're going to be able to... No, let me erase that up, are you? Are you? Yeah, twat. There we go. That's what I wanted. Get in there. Get in, mate. that's been a bit annoying. Right, get in. There we go. There we go. That's what I wanted. I just wanted this one slightly higher. Gorgeous. So the trick with these kind of bits, whenever you make something really blocky, I've mentioned this before, but the best way to the best practice to make it look better from the outside is to actually try and just add bits like other layers to the outside, if you get my point. So I'm going to have raised platforms around it, and generally just try and break it up so it'll look blocky on the inside, but deliberately so. But the exterior should look fine. That is the vague plan, anywho. We will see. Right, where are we? Cool. Yeah, I hope the quarantine isn't affecting people too much. Obviously, I'm based in London, and as of... I think I'm going to work tomorrow morning, but I read... Because my company's French, and they've already had our French office working from home. I'm pretty sure the UK office is going to be working from home soon. So hopefully all of you other lot are staying safe. Now is a good time to level that character in Elder Scrolls Online. I'm grinding my champion points. And I'm also going to get some painting of me Warhammers done. So at least I'm going to get some bits and pieces. And my job, to be fair, it's easier for me because my job lets me work from home because I work in marketing. Don't use that. Use those ones. Okay, good. Cool. Very, very, very nice. And I've got a thing. I forgot I had this. This one here, the Nuka-Cola vending machine door. So even though it's not particularly inconspicuous, you know what I mean? I'm going to be using that as my door just because, you know, it looks neat. And I quite likes it. Right. Yeah, in terms of, like, obviously with the whole... you know, societal collapse potentially coming. All these new games coming out is pretty handy. There is that. I'm going to see if I can do replicate the exact same thing on the other side as well. This one might be a little bit... Let's see if I can. I don't think I'll be able to, but I'm going to try it. No, it's not working that one. Okay, I won't bother. Yeah. Yeah, no, with Doom coming out and New Elder Scrolls Online and Resident Evil 3, which is probably going to be an interesting thing to play during a pandemic, but we will see. Just stay safe, maybe avoid the pub, and if you're sick, leave old people alone. Yeah, just don't go near them. Okay, and you'll be fine. Or you can make a cool bunker in Fallout 76 and not leave your bunker. Right. And if you're watching this in the future, hopefully everything worked out and we're fine. Cool. Right, so... Right, we'll just kind of break this part up over here then. Let's at least have it a bit different. Where's my stairs gone? God, I swear that... half of my videos are me navigating these menus. I'm pretty sure that was a meme back in the day as well, for the channel. When I was during the Fallout 4 days, I'm pretty sure there was a whole meme on the channel where I was forgetting where things were every time. Evidently that has not really changed. Right, so for this part here, I'm gonna do a thing. Oh, the sun's coming out now, which is nice. Let's move those back a bit. So I'm kind of doing like a whole barricade garden thing on the side here. It's going to be well, it might be shit, but it should be pretty cool, I think. Cool. And then same again on this side, but with shenanigans. Now I've learned how to pluck, so basically... These are similar-ish to a lot of other stuff where it's like, if you build them in the wrong order, they get really confused. However, if you place them in the right order, you could do some, well, I would say fun stuff. It's useful stuff to know, even if it's just a lot of ball lake, but I'll show you in a sec. So, let's do it. Where am I? Cool, bruh. Yeah, do that. Definitely do that. Thank you. So let's just check. I want it to kind of at least mimic this one. So, yes. Let's go back a wee bit. Actually, I think that's fine. Let's leave it like that. I can't be touching those, so let's just... There we go. Cool. Right, so. If I want to do this... Now, it might prove me wrong, but you can't... Yeah, so you can't remove that, right? You can't remove that because that one snapped to it. However, if you snap that one to it... And then snap that one off. Unless you could do it like that instead. I don't know why it lets you do that. I'm not a wizard. I don't know. Can I remove this first one? I can. Sweet. So there we go. You can basically do these freestanding ones like that in that order. I don't know why it works that way. It's just stupid, really. It's so fucking stupid. But yeah, handy little situational tip. If you ever want to put those things like that. It means you can basically have two of them without having the stairs everywhere, which is handy to know. Of course, these bits are starting to sink in here, which I don't want them to do. Twat. Cool. Well, maybe not so cool, because they're not sinking in what I'd hoped. But I will manage by just doing some shenanigans instead. Okay, they look like shit, so let's not do that. But it's alright, I've got plans, It just needs something on the edge, doesn't it? Like some kind of gateway thing. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Alright, there we go. I mean, they're going to be straight-ish. Oh, no, they're... Actually, that's pretty good. Cool. I could do like that to make it look like it's a gate. Will that look stupid? No, it's aight. It's aight. I'll do it like that. Cool. Obviously, you can't actually get up there, but it looks nice. It's the idea of just kind of giving it a kind of little enclosure and just making it in a different way. This is always like trying to do things like this. It's like, okay, I want to make an area for stuff. How can I make that area look different than how I normally do it? Now, what you absolutely can do, and I'm not going to do, but I'm going to show you, because hypothetically I tried to record this once, did this, changed my mind and couldn't remove them. You can snap some walls to these, but once you snap them on, they get confused and you can't remove them off. So don't do that. So I snapped a load of these walls on here thinking, oh, I wonder if I can do that. Nah, that looks shit. And then tried to take them off and it wouldn't let me take them off. I had to tear the entire... I had to basically replace the base. I was not in a very good mood. So don't do that. That's stupid. Right, okay, so we're going to add some tyres. And then I'm going to disappear and work my magic. As one does. You know, just have a little bit of a balmy, bit of a lovely time here. I'll put some there. I'll probably make some different ones actually. I'll plop these here, but I'm almost certainly when I do the decoration phase by myself, probably going to spend ages like making really weird little barricades. I mean, I think those of you who watch a lot of my videos know that I like making strange little barricades. Right, yeah. I'll put these on here for now, just for the sake of it. For symmetry, but I'm probably going to remove them off, or like play around with them so they sink a bit more. These tyres are great because they're a really useful like starting point. But obviously, if you place them like this, if you just place them just down like they're floating, they look a bit weird. Whereas you can kind of, even when they're floating, you can still make them look pretty neat. And if not these, we can use other bits and pieces. Right, okay, so this is the kind of core shape of what we're going for here. We've got the actual bunker structure there. And then there's going to be a farm bit here. Where all my crops that can't get any sun, shut up. They're mutated and special. It's fine. And then the back part here for maybe a bit of crafting. Right, let me spend about 2 hours of my life playing around with this, do some decoration, and then we'll see it in a very pretty tour. One mo. And we are done. This looks rather good. So I'm quite pleased with the decoration, because even though that door is obvious, it's not too obvious, if you get my point. It sort of blends in with everything very, very well. It's also raining, which I actually quite like. Initially I was like, oh, I'll have to wait, but in actual fact it kind of suits the vibe I was going with this place, which is effectively under the bridge to protect from the elements. So we'll do a tour from the outside first, and then I'll show the interior, which looks very cool as well. So here's my wee farm. What I did, and see the rain's actually stopped as well, which I really, really like, is I ended up building a set and using these fence pieces here. Initially I was going to make it so they were more barricadey, using the concrete tires, but to be honest, these blended really, really nicely with the actual kind of the whole structure. And then these little towers here can be sunk in so they don't float. So nothing's actually floating, which works grand. There are no turrets. I will probably set them up, but I kind of forgot. But also, I never really use turrets, to be honest. They're a bit useless in the mire because they end up getting murdered unless you have absolutely shit tons of them. So at the back, we have the wee little crafting plus trading area. It's quite nice. I mean, pretty standard, to be honest, actually. Annoyingly, I couldn't fit a power armor station, which is a bit of a ball ache. So there is that. But oh well. Incidentally, I absolutely love these little toxic radioactive flowers. I hope they give us a few more options, because I really love the way they look. You can make nice little kind of flowery areas like this, but the ones we have are quite nice. Obviously I have loads of crops. I could have smushed the crops in a little bit closer, but to be honest, it does end up using up all of your settlement of the budget. So here is the entrance. Or is it? It's just a run-of-the-mill crafting area, surely. There's nothing here. Oh, wait. No, I went overboard on inside the house. I love it. I love it so much because it's such a contrast to the outside. It's amazing. It's so cozy. This is nicer than my flat. So yeah, I ended up basically, I started kind of dicking around with the inside and be like, oh, let's make it really clean and tidy, so it's completely different to the rest of the structure, and it worked really, really well. I kept the lighting really dim. Let's pretend for a second these get ventilated out and not just in the room where I suffocate and die. But it's just very, very cozy. And the fact that it's under the bridge as well, and just kind of the juxtaposition to this exterior area is really quite satisfying. So yeah, anyway, I hope this gave you a few ideas. This bridge, as I said, let me just show you again, is just here, and you actually do have this entire area to play around with. Because the idea of building under a bridge sort of kind of thematically fits quite well. It's quite a defensible little location, and obviously you're protected by the elements, and you have quite a lot of space to work with, as you can see. I've got quite a large structure here, plus, you know, a quite hefty farm. Anyway, as always, follow me on Twitter at norespawns, rather. We'll have more videos up soon. As mentioned, those of you who are obviously, you know, in an area affected by the coronavirus, or obviously kind of, you know, having to self-isolate, take care. I'm self-isolating, but obviously I have the luxury of being able to work from home and just having loads of nerdy hobbies I can kind of get my teeth stuck into. But for those of you who can't, just, you know, wash your hands, be careful. And hopefully probably in a couple of months, this will all be sorted out. But until then, you'll have content to enjoy. So I will have more videos up soon. I'm going to try and do some streaming potentially next week. I don't know what, though. Got a few ideas. But until that point, you guys enjoy the rest of the week. You take care.